Hello there, friends and followers, and welcome to the Q8Pilot Channel. I want to welcome all of you to this live stream today, and today we are taking a look at FlightControlReplay version 4.5 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you enjoyed the intro, and of course the intro was created with FlightControlReplay. I want to welcome all of you to the stream. Beginning with V1 Rotate, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us, and please do stay safe. And if you can't watch the stream, that's okay. We're gonna miss you, but we understand. Being safe is the number one priority there. Javi, welcome aboard. JV, welcome aboard. Angelo, Rand, thank you both for being VVIP members of the Q8Pilot channel. The same goes to V1 Rotate. Thank you very much, appreciated. And Mertoya has been a member for 10 months of the Q8Pilot channel. Thank you very much, my friend, for your continued support. We have today with us also Badger. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you. Mustafa JT, welcome aboard. Stan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Thank you for your continued support and loyalty, being a VVIP member of the Q8Pilot channel. Ja Bangford, thank you very much for being a loyal member of the channel. And we have you with us from Massachusetts, the US of A. Welcome aboard, my friend, Red Thread. And we have also with us today Saul Pilot. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you. Regards from Mexico. Oh, welcome aboard, my friend. And we have also with us today Betty. Betty, welcome aboard. And Transpilot, welcome aboard, my friend. Dwayne, hello, my friend. And Danny, welcome everyone to this live stream. And today I have a number of things that I want to show you guys in this live stream. One being FlightControlReplay, but we're going to be taking a look at a host of things, including a short tutorial on the camera. I know a lot of people have been asking me about the drone camera and how to set it up. We are currently, of course, for those of you who don't know, we just landed. Abdulaziz Ramadan, good morning to you, my friend. Welcome aboard. I hope everything is well at work. So what we're going to be doing today is we are, of course, what you've seen just now was a landing of the 787 Air Princess Juliana Tango November Charlie Mike. And it is the scenery that you've seen is that of Airworthy Designs. I have not included anything in the chat commands as far as the scenery today because we are going to be doing multiple scenery. But if you're interested, it's Airworthy Designs. It's available on the MSFS Market Store. And what we're going to be doing now, since you've already seen the first landing using FlightControlReplay, first, I want to show you some of the things that you can actually do before we actually take a look at FlightControlReplay. I've been using FlightControlReplay, and you probably have seen a lot of the streamers out there use FlightControlReplay. It is by far the easiest and the most robust flight control software available for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And one of the nice things you can do is you can recreate your scene the way you like with FlightControlReplay. So now this is live weather, live time, but you can actually change the weather, and you can do all sorts of things to, get that beautiful approach condition for your let it be your just viewing pleasure, or if you are a content creator. Now, from my perspective, I will tell you my sort of final remark right now on FlightControlReplay. It is a joy for flight simmers, and it is a must-have for content creators. I know the guys at Aviation Labs use it to recreate to create all their trailers. So it is very friendly for content creators, and it is also very friendly for flight simmers, and we're going to take a look at that. But before we do so, I'm going to change where we are. So I'm going to bring the aircraft just right before the turn, right there. All right. And we are going to go to the weather, and we are going to change this to, let's see here. We're going to change this to storm. And now we are flying in stormy conditions. And just look at this scene. Look at how beautiful the scene is. And by the way, the thumbnail that you see of the actual stream is excuse me, is created with the FlightControlReplay. So I've just made a lag. There is a lag, it looks like. All right. All right, let me try one thing. Let me try to... All right, should be okay now. All right, so this is now the same exact footage that we've had, but now with FlightControlReplay, you can actually stop the video exactly, or the recording or the scene exactly where you left off, and you can change the weather, you can change the time of day, and then you can resume. So let's go ahead and resume now and take a look at the landing in stormy conditions. And as you can see, it creates for some spectacular looking approach into Princess Juliana here. Here, let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna go down a little bit. Now, of course, the behavior of the aircraft isn't going to change simply because that's what the aircraft did when we came into land. So it's not going to respond to the whatever, you know, happens in the scene in stormy conditions once you change the weather. Thank you, Stan. All right, here we go. Just look at the beautiful approach here into Princess Juliana.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20.
Welcome aboard, Hamid.
10.
And that's your landing right there. All right, so we can change this again. So if I go and change this, we're going to leave this here. We're going to bring the aircraft again. And the nice thing here, again, is you can really change the situation exactly how you like it and then begin the recording. So we're going to go now to rain. All right. And we are going to maybe change the time a little bit here. All right. So now we're good. And we're going to go play again. And now we're going to land in rainy conditions. And you are able to do this very, very nicely with FlightControlReplay. And you can rewind the scene as many times as you like until you hit that, you know, sweet spot where you want to record your video. And then you can hit the record and start recording your video. Or you can just do it simply for fun. And so this is something that I personally like a lot. So here we go.
300.
And now we're going to land again. Same landing exactly, but now in rainy conditions.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to stop the recording. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the same airport. And I want to show you a few things. So let me just go back to the main menu real quick. And what we're going to do today is I have a bunch of requests from the channel members for... all right, so let me just go here. Set as departure. Now it's been doing some funny things, placing the aircraft in some very strange locations. I think the stream health is okay now. I'm not seeing any lags or anything like that, so it looks okay. And Martoya, thank you very much for your continued support to the channel, really, and being a VVIP member for 10 months. Instincts. Hello, I love the replay mod. Best, yeah, it is very good. All right, so we're gonna say ready to fly, and let me disable the. Let me disable this. Yeah, I don't know why it places the aircraft in some weird places. All right, so before we actually begin delving into flight control replay, there are a few things. A short tutorial maybe on the camera. Just for those of you who are unfamiliar with the camera, with the drone camera in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, when you are in the cockpit camera, you can move freely using your mouse. You can move also using the keyboard arrows. So this is right, left, up, and down. And if you want to move forward, you have to map a button to translate camera forward. And I have a button on my joystick which allows me to move backward and forward there for that movement inside the cockpit. If you want to save a specific view inside the cockpit view, what you need to do is go to, for example, we can go, I don't think we can go back here, but let's say I want to, let's see here. Let's say I want to save this particular view here. All right, so I'm going to hit Control, Alt, and number 1, and now Control and then Alt and 1 to take me to that position. If you want to reset the cockpit camera, you just hit Control and Spacebar, and it will reset the camera for you. All right, so this is the basic controls that you will need in order to create your nice cinematics, or if you want to create, for example, a passenger window scene. That's how you do it. Right. Now, if the drone camera is, you can access the drone camera by hitting Insert. And now, as you can see, we have once you are in this mode, in order to move the drone, you can use the W to move forward, S to move backwards, A to move to the left, and D to move to the right. You can also use the numpad to move sideways. Let me just put F5 or numpad 5. And now, as you can see, if I hit on number 6, I tilt to the right, and I can tilt to the left hitting number 4. Number 8 will move the camera upwards, will pitch up or pitch down using 8 and 2. You can also do it sideways using numpad 9 and 7, and then hit 5 to reset the view. Now, what's very important is when you hit Control Tab, and you move, now we are actually circling around the aircraft. So you can actually still move the camera freely, but it will always point to the aircraft. Whereas in the previous version here, the camera moves freely without looking at the aircraft. So you can actually look away from the aircraft and start moving inside Microsoft Flight Simulator without regards to the aircraft. But if you are looking at the aircraft here, again, Control and Tab is going to allow you to move, but the camera is always going to look at the aircraft. You can still do exactly all the stuff that you've done in the drone camera features. So all the numpad buttons, the W, A, D, Z, S, all work exactly in the same way. So that's for you to do. Now, one thing that is also very useful is if you want to control the speed of the drone camera. Now, as you can see, the drone camera is quite slow. Let me put this back, Control Tab, and it will take us back. Now, let's say that I want to really go fast. And as you can see, by default, the speed of the drone camera it's not really that fast. So if you hit on F6 and just keep pressing it, it will speed up the camera. And as you can see now, I can move a lot faster with F6. Okay? So if I want to slow it down, then I'll press and hold F5 until the camera stops. Then I'll give it a couple of clicks on F6, maybe 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 strokes on F6, and now I have the slow movement forward. You can do the same thing with the movement here to the side by using the F7 and F8 buttons, where F7 is going to slow it down. As you can see now, F7, hold and press until it stops, and F8 will bring it back again. And now, as you can see, the movement of the camera is quite slowed down, and this is how I create, personally, all of the opening scenes in Microsoft Flight Simulator when I'm recording a video. So, Sergio, thank you very much for being with us today. Sammy Tech Cookie, welcome aboard, and thank you very much for being with us this evening, and thank you for being a loyal VVIP member at the Q8Pilot channel. Sergio, in order to enter the giveaway, the only thing you need to do is to stick around until the end of the stream, and then we're going to run Nightbot to pick the winners. We're going to have 2 winners today, folks, and the winner is going to receive a license of FlightControlReplay version 4.5. We're going to also receive a hat. You're going to receive a USB key and a post-it calendar, branded, of course, with FlightControlReplay, courtesy of Fabio, the developer of Flight Control himself. All right, so this is what I wanted to kind of give you guys a quick tutorial, if you will, on the drone camera. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. But those are the basic commands that you will need to create some really cool cinematics. Right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start taking a look at some of the airports. Now, I've received from the channel members actual flight routes, and I was actually thinking of more of takeoffs and landings, and we'll do some nice approaches and things like that. So here's what we're going to do. Gibby has suggested that we do something at Charlie Yankee Hotel Zulu or Charlie Yankee Yankee Golf. So that's the first thing we are going to do. And there, once we are there, I'm going to actually show you how to use FlightControlReplay. We're going to take a look at all its features, do a couple of takeoffs and landings and things like that. So let's head over quickly to the main menu. And from the main menu, we are going to select another aircraft. Perhaps, let's see. Let's go to aircraft selection. And we can pick maybe, let's see. You can pick anything here. So we're going to pick something nice and light. Maybe the Piper, maybe, let's see here. All right, something I haven't used in a while. Maybe we'll try the Beechcraft Bonanza. And we are going to go, no, not Arrival. So we are going to search for Charlie Yankee Hotel Zulu. That's Halifax. All right, and we're just going to position the aircraft on the runway. Now, very, very important with FlightControlReplay is before you start recording that you are actually already in the sim, you are at the airport, and you've already hit Fly Now button. So you are actually in the sim and ready to go. That's very, very important in order for FlightControlReplay to work as it should. We have also Hernan Bali, welcome aboard, my friend. I will definitely do the S4, the Sting S4 later on in the video. Angela, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard, and thank you for being a loyal member here at the Q8Pilot channel. Really appreciate your support, my friend. All right, so we are now, let's go to ready to fly. So we are now ready. I'm not sure why we keep, we keep getting this really strange positioning of the aircraft, but let me hit F12 a couple of times. Actually, let me disable this. All right, so let me now bring up FlightControlReplay. All right, so this is, as you can see, a very simple yet very effective control panel. And the easiest way to record is to hit the record button. And once you hit the record button, a window is going to open asking you to create a file. And that file is going to contain all the data that is, all your flight data. That's the movement of the aircraft, its current position, its altitude, its speed, all of that stuff. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to type Bonanza just for easy access, and we're going to hit enter. Now the recording has already started, and the FlightControlReplay is now doing what it's supposed to do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to minimize it now, and we're going to release the parking brake, and we're going to take off. And by the way, I do have FS Realistic working. We can bring up the Why not? We can bring up the Tobii eye tracker as well. Just for extra fun. And by the way, it works with Tobii eye tracker. It works with it works with everything. So I have all of them add-ons running right now, and it works just fine. All right, we're gonna give it full power here, and we're gonna take off. All right, that's good enough. Let's rotate. And there's the takeoff there. And we can retract the landing gear. Lovely. All right. That's good enough. And now what we can do is the following. We can go to FlightControlReplay, and we're going to stop the recording, and we're going to load the flight, which we just created, which is the Bonanza. All right, now we can see that FlightControlReplay has already paused the sim. And if I click on the play button now, it's going to position us exactly where we started in the beginning. And now you are free to change the weather, to change the view. You can go to external mode. So you can do all sorts of things. You can actually slow down or fast forward, or so you can increase the speed or decrease the speed of the simulation. Now, of course, I'm not doing anything. So this is the actual replay. So I can basically disable Tobii eye tracker. And as you can see now, this is the aircraft. We can go to the camera drone mode. And now, as you can see, I can do all sorts of things. I can move away here. And by the way, I'm going to show you something really cool. Is if we go real fast here, we're going to go here to the end of the runway. And I'm going to hit Shift and Tab. And that will create the static view. And we can now see the aircraft coming down the runway and taking off. There you have it. Look at that. How beautiful is that? You want to chase the plane? Hit F5 and you're back at the plane again. And now we can do all sort of things just like we did previously. All right. All right, if we bring FlightControlReplay, now the nice thing about it is if I hit onto the stop button here, I can actually go back here. All right. And I can position the aircraft at exactly where I want and then create this scene. So now I can hit the play button again. And now we can see we're retracting the gear. Now it's gone crazy on us. And then we can stop here again. And you can position the aircraft exactly where you want. There you go. You can actually preview the entire flight, the entire recording, and position the aircraft exactly where you want to begin your recording. You can set your angles now the way you like, as we have seen previously, and we can also change the weather. So let's suppose that you want to do a night approach now. So you can simply go to the weather. We're going to say, we'll just move this here a little bit. And now I can change the time. There you go. So you can do that. So now we can actually do a takeoff during nighttime. And by the way, you can manipulate the aircraft lights. So if we go inside the cockpit here, all right, you can actually manipulate the lights. And let's see here if I can remove the... we need to hit play. So once you hit play, you can actually... You can remove this and you can play with all the lights. And see, I'm not sure where the lights is. I'm a bit rusty on this aircraft. But here's the takeoff. The light's probably somewhere here. Let's see. Nav lights, strobe lights. There we go. Panel, taxi. There we go. And now we are replaying exactly what we've done during nighttime, and we've turned on the landing lights and all that good stuff. Yeah, And now you can actually recreate the entire flight using, Flight Control Replay. You don't like where you are here, you can still bring it back. And we can, again, change the time. So if I go here, let's say, for example, that I want to change the weather. And we're going to change it to maybe rain. There we go. Now you can see all the rain here. And we can say play. And there you have it. Now we are doing the same exact flight, but during nighttime and in rainy conditions. And it works perfectly well, just in about any situation. Again, Flight Control Replay allows you to do all of that. All right. So what other features are there in Flight Control Replay? All right, let me get rid of the weather here. All right. So let me bring it here. Now you can. We've seen the load. We've seen the disconnect. Obviously, will disconnect you from the sim. The load we have seen. By the way, you can play AI traffic as well. So if you have AI traffic in the vicinity, it will play the AI traffic. And let's take a look here at the options menu. Now, from the options menu, you can choose the sample rate to record and play. I have selected automatic, or you can actually specify frames per second. You can also start the recording automatically when you are above a certain altitude, which is really a nice feature. So let's suppose that you wanna record your flight from the minute you are at, let's say, 10,000 feet moving forward. So Flight Control Replay will actually begin recording at exactly that altitude. You can also use the flight data to export it to Google Earth and Maps format. So if you want to view your flight in Google Maps, that's something you can do. Brandon, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Does the AI traffic option work for VATSIM aircraft in the vicinity? I haven't tried that, but it works for the AI traffic in the sim. And it's highly experimental, I think, at this point. Record audio during flight, so you can specify recording audio through the microphone. So if I wanted to actually record so this is, again, for content creators, is great, because if I want to add my commentary during the Flight Control Replay session, then I can do so by saying record the audio during flight recording, and then I can do that. We can also do play recorded audio during play mode, so I can also select the speakers, whatever is coming out of the speakers, so I can maybe play some sort of music or something like that. That is something I can also do. You can change the parameters, the video recording FPS. I have it set at 60 with the quality at 70, and then the dynamic text, that I'm not really sure what it is. But what I do like about this, I haven't set it, but what I do like it is the fact that you can set the shortcuts for all your cameras by assigning, the pitch camera up, down, right, left. You can use whatever assignment you want, and it will do it for you. And you can do the same thing here for the device shortcuts, like play, forward, backward, record. So you don't really have to fiddle around with the device itself, which is the control panel. Now, for me as a content creator, what I do is I normally have Flight Control Replay on a second monitor, so you guys actually don't see what I'm doing with it. You're on. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Steve, welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much for being here and for your support. Captain Robbie, welcome aboard. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Scott, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Boeing Corp, welcome aboard from New Jersey. Welcome, my friend, and glad to have you all. And thank you all for your continued support, being VVIP members of the Q8Pilot Channel. And also, we have with us Iron CK. Does it cost any FPS? No, it does not affect your FPS. So it will play pretty much the same FPS. Make sure you record at 60. It will capture whatever your sim is capable of delivering. So as you can see here, again, by the way, I point up and down. You can assign all of these buttons, and then you can simply say save and close. Now, one important thing is voice recognition for record and play actions. That's something you can enable if you want. continue live starting from a replay point. So this is actually what you've seen in the opening of the stream, where we had the aircraft immediately after landing. It restarts again. Flight control replay always on top window. Enable multi-objects at the same time so you can record multiple things, and record replay mode, airplane, and camera movements. So let me just very quickly explain what this is. If you select only the airplane, so whatever you do with the camera will not be captured. So if you move from the first officer's side to the captain's side, that will not be captured during the replay. But if you actually have it airplane and camera movement, it will replay everything, and it will replay the movements, whether you move outside or inside, or you go to the passenger window. Whatever you do will be recorded. And once you're happy with everything, you can just say save and close. Now, one thing I'd like to show you again in this is the slow here. So let's go ahead and click on play, and that is going to move the aircraft. Once the aircraft starts accelerating, we will use the fast here, so we can do ×2, and ×2 we can slow it down or increase the speed. So let's see here. There we go. All right, here. All right, play. All right, so now the aircraft, we can now hit on X2 slow. So now it has actually slowed down the footage, and now it's back to normal. You can also 4 times the speed, so now it's moving a lot faster, and 4 times slow, and then 2 times slow, or we can go to the normal speed again. And that's the gear is going up. And as you can see now, we have the beautiful footage during nighttime, and everything is playing as it should. All right, let's go ahead and stop now the flight control replay. And we are going to go to another airport. Bill, hello, my friend. Afternoon to you, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you, and thank you for your continued support, being a VVIP member at the Q8Pilot Channel. Juan, hello, my friend. Thank you very much for being here this evening. And we have also with us, is it Mr. Cavalcanti from Brazil? Hello, my friend. Greetings to you. Welcome. Glad to have you. All right. So if I go to another, so Boeing Corp has requested that we do something either at Kilo Charlie Romeo Whiskey or Kilo India Sierra Papa. Let's go ahead and do one of those. So let's go back to the main menu now. And now we're going to do the full recording again at another location. All right, so we're going to go back to the main menu. We're going to select another aircraft. I think somebody requested the Sting S4 or the S4 Sting. So we're going to do just that. We're going to go to the flight control here, and we're going to go to the aircraft selection. Where is our beautiful, there we go, the ultralight Sting S4, and we are going to be departing from Kilo Charlie Romeo Whiskey. Kilo Charlie Romeo Whiskey Jaeger Charleston. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do something a little different, guys. Here at runway 23 at Charleston. Let's say fly now. Now here's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to use something called FS Instant Approach. I've showcased the product in my previous stream, but I'm going to show it again today. And what we're going to do, Yudish, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us today. MC Crewfish, good evening to you, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use FS Instant Approach, which I think is a beautiful product that if combined with Flight Control Replay, I think we'll have a really cool add-on on our hands. And I've spoken to Fabio, the developer of Flight Control Replay, and he is actually taking a look at FS Instant Control to see if that is a possibility. Is it good for complex add-ons like PMDG? Yeah, we are going to test that with the PMDG, with the Phoenix maybe. we'll pick one of them, and yeah, and we'll do them. Hey, Duncan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And thank you for your continued support, being a VVIP member of the Q8Pilot channel. We've got also with us DG. Hello, my friend. Good evening to you. Glad to have you with us. Sander, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And thank you for your continued support, my friend. I really appreciate it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the Sting S4 now, and I'm going to load up FS Instant Approach. We're going to position the aircraft at somewhere in close proximity to runway 23, and then we are going to start the recorder and record. I'm not sure what's up with the with Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's taking a bit of time to load, but hopefully it won't take much longer. And then I'm going to show you that it actually works with just about all your add-ons. So it works with FS Realistic, it works with Tobii Eye Tracker. There is no degradation in performance that I've personally felt using all of these add-ons along with FlightControlReplay. It definitely does work as advertised. And as I've said, it's really a joy for us flight simmers and a must-have add-on for content creators. And everyone I've seen so far that is a content creator has used FlightControlReplay. All right, so we are good here, and we are ready to go. Again, I'm not sure why the aircraft keeps positioning, even when I say ready to fly, it just kind of let me just disable this real quick. All right, so we are at runway 23, and this is actually a nice looking runway. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up our approach now, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring up FS Instant Approach here to the screen so you guys can follow exactly what I'm doing. And we are gonna go to the flight plan, and we're gonna enter the current airport, which is Kilo Charlie Romeo Whiskey. All right, Kilo Charlie Romeo Whiskey. And if I hit on approach, let me go back here to the chat. Rida, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. All right, so if I click on approach airport, it will automatically load up the available runways, and we're going to start at about, let's say, 5 nautical miles from the runway and runway 23, and flying at 100 knots. No, that's, I think, probably a little too much. Let's say 80 knots. And by the way, you can select intersections if you like. You can do intersect from 45 degrees. You can do all that kind of stuff. But we're not going to do this now. Maybe we'll do it later on in the stream, depending on what you guys want me to do. And we will select the altitude. We're going to select the altitude to be 1,000 feet. Maybe we'll add this. Yeah, 1,000 feet is fine. Now let's make it 6 nautical miles. And now we're actually ready to go. Now, the nice thing about FS Instant Approach is if the runway is capable, you can actually select automatic ILS radio setup, and it will automatically set the ILS frequency for you. Now, all we need to do is hit on connect. All right, so we're going to hit on connect, and now the aircraft is exactly where we want it to be. There you go. See, we can see here, and the sim is paused, and the runway is right there. So that's the runway. That's us right there. And now we're going to bring up FlightControlReplay. You see how this actually works pretty well. So you can actually practice your approach, and you can record it as well. And that's really cool, both again for flight simmers who are wanting to kind of review their flight and review how well they've landed, but also very, very useful for content creators to actually record the approach, because you don't want to do a full flight in order to record, just the landing or a takeoff, for example. So now we're going to do exactly what we did last time. We're going to click on the record button, and now we're going to select, we're going to type in, let's see, we're going to type in Sting. All right, and enter. And now the recording has started. And we are live, so now we're actually flying the aircraft. And we're going to go to, let's see here. All right, there we go. You see the runways right ahead of us now. I can, by the way, bring up Toby. Now you can see FS Realistic is working. It's at exactly the same speed that we've set in the menu. Ooh, look at the, we're flying way too fast. So now we can reduce power. All right, and let's set the altimeter. All right, that's much better. All right, so the runway is right ahead of us. The recording is in progress, and this is actually a really nice approach. Thanks, Boeing Corp, for the suggestion. Mr. Don, welcome aboard. I'm doing great. How are you doing, my friend? Is the update out of the aircraft? Yes, it is. So now we are heading down to the runway, and we're going to land. You can see now that FlightControlReplay is now recording, and you can see that FS Realistic is working just fine. It looks like there's some heavy turbulence there, but it's working just fine. And we're going to continue to approach the runway there. And I'm going to also, just for extra fun, I'm going to enable Toby Eye Tracker. So now Toby Eye Tracker is working. Let's go ahead and very quickly reset our view. And now I can actually look around. And for some just interesting, make it a little more interesting for you guys. All right, and we are now heading to land. I think there is just a little turbulence here, and it's quite violent turbulence. And by the way, you can always switch to external view. So if I go to the external view here, as you can see, and yeah, look at that. Very, very beautiful aircraft. And by the way, I highly recommend this aircraft. It's definitely one that you will really enjoy. The texturing on this aircraft is just phenomenal. And here we are. We're coming to land now. And of course, you can always, by the way, if you turn off the simulator, and let's say that you wanted to go back and replay something tomorrow, just load the sim with the same aircraft, and just load it at the same airport, put it on the runway, and then use FlightControlReplay to load that specific file, and it will just bring up the aircraft at exactly the same location, and you're good to go. All right, we continue a bit too high there. I'm going to start reducing our speed. Very nice approach. See, I learn a lot from you guys, and you really provide some really nice suggestions in terms of scenery. All right, we can track the extend the flaps now. Will help us reduce our speed as we come into land here. All right, let's give it some power. Not sure what's going on with the ground there loading. Looks like the internet connection of some sort just keeps loading. All right, here we go. All right. And again, nice, we've seen the beauty of FS Realistic, and it has been, by the way, updated recently, and it's great. It's absolutely great. I'm not sure I have double signs there on the runway. I can see there's I think it must be one of the add-ons I've installed recently. Yeah, but now we have seen the entire approach using FS Instant approach. and the flight control replay. Let me set the brakes here. So let me go ahead and set the brake. All right. Now what we can do in the replay, so let's say now during the replay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable Tobii Eye Tracker for the replay. And we're going to take a look at how that works. So let me bring up Flight Control Replay, and we're going to stop the recording now that we're done. And again, as you can see here, we can go to load. And now we're going to take the file sting. All right, so the file is now loaded, and we click on play. And now it has positioned the aircraft exactly where we started the approach into our airport. Now it's a long approach, so we're not going to replay the whole thing. So what we'll do is we will click here, and we're going to move this all the way down to right about here. All right. Now let's make this a little more interesting, guys. And just to again showcase how Flight Control Replay integrates so well with the sim. It integrates with all the they fixed the zoom issue in FS Realistic. It was annoying, yes sir. They fixed it, and it's really a beautiful add-on, really. So now what we're going to do, we're going to make this a little more interesting, and we are going to select rain. All right, and we're going to change the time of day as well. There we go. That's better. All right, and now we're going to hit play. And let's go ahead and remove that. We're going to minimize Flight Control Replay. And now I'm going to enable Tobii Eye Tracker. All right. So now actually I don't have it to do anything because this is a replay of the landing. But you can see how immersive this is. If you were recording, for example, a video, if you're a content creator, or you're just doing it for fun, I think it just really is a beautiful beautiful add-on that allows you to do a lot of different things with the sim, and it works well again with FS Realistic. It works well with Tobii Eye Tracker. There is no degradation in performance. The same FPS that we did to fly originally is the same FPS that I'm getting now, simply because I've recorded this at 60 FPS, and now you can see how cool this is, and we can do all sorts of things. I can change my position here and just look at the beautiful landing of this aircraft here. Runway 23. How cool is that? So what do you guys think? Flight Control Replay is really very good. That's what I think. Right, let's do an external view here real quick. And we can disable Tobii Eye Tracker. And let's take a look at the landing here as we... There we go. Just look at that. How beautiful that is. And of course, the sky's the limit, guys. There's a number of things that you can do with FS Instant Approach, and you can do with also Flight Control Replay. Both are really very, and they're both excellent add-ons. And by the way, I highly recommend FS Instant Approach as well as Flight Control Replay. I think they are a beautiful combination of add-ons together. And as you can see now, we've done a replay. We flew in beautiful weather, and now we did the replay in rainy conditions. And that is really the beauty of Flight Control Replay. It really allows you to do everything that you want to do when you want to do it, which is really cool. All right, so as you can see now, this is the option where it restarts the sim again. Now, for example, we can do the following. We can come here to, we can say live weather. All right, put us back to live weather, but we can change the time. So we can make it like nighttime right there. And now we have the replay during nighttime. And as you can see, we have the runway there. Beautiful lights. Yeah. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do another approach for you guys. And let's see here. we're going to go to, I believe, Sammy Tech Cookie has suggested LYBE to LBSF. All right, we're going to go to LBSF. This time we're going to select the arrival. So we're going to go to, we'll do this one more time. And let's go to the main menu. I hope you guys are enjoying the show today. And if you have any suggestions, does FS Instant Approach work with jetliners Phoenix A320? Yes, sir. It works with any airliner. We'll take a look. I'll show you guys just to kind of address all the questions. All right. So now we're going to go to LBSF, which is which airport? LBSF. Ah, okay. Is this in Hungary or is it Bulgaria? I'm not sure. All right. So we are here. All right. Let's select, for example, one of your favorite aircrafts, guys. I know you guys like. Let's see. We're gonna go with the PMDG 737. It's gonna take a while to start it up, but that's all right. So we're gonna pick the 737 at Sofia Airport and runway 27. Let's go to the map and let's say fly now. All right, let's do that. I think you guys really want to see how it works with. Hernan says, I have a suggestion. I should win the giveaway. Yoran says, definitely enjoyed the show. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the show, my friend. So here's what we're going to do now. We are going to take the PMDG since a lot of you are asking if it works with the Phoenix. And so let's put it to the test and let's make sure that it does work with the PMDG. And again, all the add-ons I have today, I have FS Realistic, Tobii Eye Tracker, of course not an add-on, but actual hardware. And yeah, always enjoy your shows. Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your kind words. Do you know when the next A300 sale is? Might be a little while, I guess. I have no clue. Maxi Monkey 06, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And guys, I really appreciate it if you hit that like button for me. If you were enjoying the show, just hit that like button. And make sure you also, if you haven't clicked on the notification bell, make sure you hit the notification bell so the... Oh, what did it do? It actually put us up in the air. Let me fix that. Sorry, guys, about that. Let's go back to the main menu. And what I'm going to do is we are going... that's because FS Realistic is running. Let me just turn it off real quick. And we're going to go to LBSF. All right. And I'm not sure which runway it was. Was it runway 27? That's fine. We're just going to select it, delete departure. Let's select it again, set as departure, and fly now. All right. I don't want to enter the giveaway. I already bought FlightControlReplay, but want to learn how to use it, and I just discovered FS Instant Approach. Hey, Rami. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Yeah, I think FlightControlReplay is very intuitive. I think a lot of thought has gone into building a piece of software that is very easy to use, works exactly as advertised, and it is fully endorsed by the Q8Pilot Channel as the #1 flight control add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And by the way, I've used a number of them. There's actually one that is totally free. It works, so it does work, but it does not really have the capabilities of FlightControlReplay by Fabio. And I'm not sure why it keeps putting us up in the air. Why is it doing that? Is it an FS Instant Approach? Could be. Let me disconnect it. And let's try this one again. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure why it's doing that. Ah, hang on a second.
What a nice touchdown.
Looks like we are on the runway, are we? I'm not sure what's happening here. Alright, let's just go back to the main menu. And maybe I will select the other let me select the other, where is it? So Sammy LYBE. Let's select that one just to honor your request, Sammy. LYBE. All right, let's do LYBE. Could be something with the airport. Belgrade. All right. Runway 30, 737 set as, all right, let's go to fly. I've disconnected now flight control replay and FS Instant Approach. I think it's just wanting to put us there. Flight factor 767, Zebo, level up 730, jar design, Tolos A321. If MSFS adds replay, I don't think it will be as good as this. No, Steve, I honestly think that they will not nail it just like Fabio did with Flight Control Replay. It's just really an amazing add-on. So we're gonna select a different airport. Just I think there might be something wrong with the scenery there. Yusuf El Dosari, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right, so now what we're gonna do, all right, so so that's good. Looks like this is good now. All right, so we are at the runway, but the aircraft is in a cold and dark state. Let me disable Tobii eye tracker here. We're gonna change the time of day. Let's see here, that's good. Right there. We'll leave the weather alone for now. But what we need to do is we need to come here and we need to change the current state. So startup. By the way, I'm not sure why I get all these funny things here. 544 initial PMDG 747. Anyway. We're going to go and select final cruise. Strange, man. Alright, runway. Execute. Alright, so this should start up the aircraft for us. I hope. Yeah, it looks like the engines are starting now. I'm not sure if we have to automatically, go and remove the... We'll just wait and see. Hopefully we'll set up the aircraft properly. But... yeah, so everything is actually working. You can see that FS Realistic is working. I don't think that this has changed the aircraft to the state that we want. So let me head back over there again. Ooh. Let's see here. Ah, there we go. I think it's coming to life now. Well, let's just give it a little more time. What are you doing, PMDG? Yeah, exactly. So, I'm not sure why the states that they have are not... I'm not sure if this is because I had, it says it's taxi, runway, turn 2257. It's really strange what they have here. Approach, climb, cold and dark. Cruise final, hangar. Yeah. Alright, let's take a look here. Yeah, I'm not sure what is going on with the panel state here. Let me select another one. Let's see. Cold and dark, final, hangar, KSFO, taxi. Alright, let's select taxi and execute. Loading panel state. Alright, that's better. Alright, that's much better. Okay. So now we have the PMDG 737 All right. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you again how to maybe create a cinematic, you know, the short sequences there. So let's see. All right. So we are good now. Let's bring up our add-ons again. Now, by the way, FS Realistic is already working. So, and we can let me bring flight control. So flight control there. All right. So that's flight control. We can again click on record to record, and we can bring. All right. Let's put this right here. All right, so you guys can see. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are ready for takeoff, and we're going to set this to 250 knots. Connection lost. Oh, please don't do that. All right, so now we are ready to click on record, and again, it's going to pop up the window here, so we can select a file name. And we're going to call this PMDG test, and enter. And now the recording has now started. So we are going to minimize FS Control Replay. I think, there we go. All right. So it normally does this with the PMDG. It kind of hangs a little bit, but then it comes back. So now recording is working, and what we're going to do is we're going to take off. And please don't judge my piloting skills based on what I do here, but I really want to show you how things work. And by the way, Tobii Eye Tracker also works with the PMDG, and it works perfectly. You can look around and do all sorts of things. And we're just going to disable it now for takeoff. Flaps are 5. We're ready to go. So parking brake is released, and we are going to give it full power. It looks like one of the engines isn't working. Come on, PMDG. All right, let's see here. What's going on here with this engine? All right, let's try to start this engine again. All right, we're going to kill the power here. And let's see if we can restart this engine again, because it looks like it wasn't running. So we'll do it again. It doesn't look like it's doing anything right now. Alright, let's go ahead and try to give it a start. And we're going to turn off the packs. Will this work? I don't know. We'll give it fuel. Alright, looks like that did it. Alright, perfect. Now we can put the packs back on auto. And we are good now, I think. Yeah, alright. So let's release the parking brake. Auto throttle obviously is disconnected. And let's give it some power here. Alright, parking brake is released. And let's go. You can see FS Realistic is working. FlightControlReplay is recording. And all is well.
80 knots.
Right. And let's rotate. Positive rate, gear is going up. Perfect. Beautiful scenery there. What a nice departure. So as you can see, it works just fine. And we're going to take a look now at the recording that we've done. Again, you can see all the effects. FS Realistic is working just fine, and Tobii Eye Tracker is also working just fine. We can look out the window and everything is being recorded. We can recreate this again using the Flight Control Replay. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we are going to bring up Flight Control Replay, and we're going to stop the recording. And now we can load the file that we've just done, which is the PMDG test, and open it. And now, as you can see, it's loading the load the flight plan. So we've loaded the PMDG test file, and we're going to press on play. Now, with the PMDG specifically, Flight Control Replay takes a little bit more time. But now it has put us back on the runway, and obviously we have encountered some issues. So we're going to click on stop and move this to where we started moving. This is when we started the engine. And this is where we started the actual roll down the runway. Now, as we click on play, as you can see, FS Realistic is working exactly as it should. And I'm going to enable Tobii Eye Tracker, and Tobii Eye Tracker is now also working exactly as it should. So the Flight Control Replay actually works with all your add-ons. You can recreate your experience in the sim and do whatever you want to do during the replay. Nothing actually stops during the replay. Everything works exactly as it should. And if we go to the external view here, and if we can just say stop, and I'm going to just move this a little bit here. Now, I'm not sure why the landing gear isn't there. This sometimes happens with the PMDG. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it happens, and I honestly don't know why. But now, as you can see, you can do all sorts of things. We can go to the external view, internal view. We can hit on control, or where is it? This one is different. So we can go here. There you go. That's the passenger view out of the aircraft, as you can see. And this is all now in replay mode. So this is nothing. There we go. All replay mode. There you go. Another one. Let me look out the window here. And as you can see, we can do all sorts of things and record all kinds of angles and do all sorts of things, which is really, really cool. Look at that spectacular view out of the PMDG 737. All using Flight Control Replay. Now you can see the gears come down. It does this with the 737. I'm not sure why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But here we can. Now of course it has reset the view again to the very beginning of the recording. So you can select, by the way, that you go to the live flight. So let's say that you're, for example, so the scenario for this would be if you were actually flying or doing a live stream and you wanted to do a replay of your takeoff, you can definitely do that. And then you want to go back to the flight. So that's something you can do with Flight Control Replays. Like immediately after the replay, just go to the live flight and continue where you left off. And that's something you can do. Now, what we can do here is we can go to the external view. Right, I've just reset the camera. And what I'm going to do is I am going to hit the F6, press and hit the F6 button. And that will bring us very quickly to the end of the runway. And we're going to do this here. And what I'll do is I'm going to hit on Shift and Tab to make the camera still. And now we can come to Flight Control Replay. And what I'll do here is I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to just move it down here until we start. There we go. All right. So now we have the still view of the aircraft. And now you want to capture, let's see, you want to capture just the takeoff here while you're doing your cinematic. And now you can see the aircraft is taking off without, just beautiful, just really a beautiful looking view here, and that's another wing view for you guys. And just really fantastic tool to do all kinds of replays. By the way, if we click on Play AI, you have to have something here. Unfortunately, I do not have any AI in this vicinity, so there is nothing there. You can create a ghost plane for AI Plane 2 and save and close. Obviously, we don't have any of the aircrafts right now in the sim, and so I'm unable to show you this specific feature. But all in all, I think this is an add-on that is worth its price. It works exactly as advertised. Highly recommended both for flight simmers and content creators. Alrighty, so I will do one more probably one more takeoff or landing, but I think we've done sufficient. I just don't want to do a gratuitous landings and takeoffs for no good reason. I think I've shown you everything there is to see. So we're going to stop this here. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do the giveaway. So let's see here. Alright, so we have turned off... why is Navigraph asking me to... button? Alright, let's turn this off as well. And what we can do now is pause this. Alright, so I can go now to the outside and we're going to put it in a nice position. There we go. And here we go. Yeah, alright. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we are going to run the giveaway, and there will be 2 lucky winners tonight with us who will win a copy of Flight Control Replay, as well as a hat, a Flight Control Replay hat, a USB key, and a posted calendar. So let's get to it. Let's go to the giveaway, and you guys know the drill. Just if you haven't been active in the last 5 minutes or so, please make sure that you type in hello Q8 Pilot or good luck or whatever you like to type in order to make you eligible to enter the giveaway. So we'll give it a few moments here to let you guys type in and become active in the giveaway. I can see now the number of eligible users increasing. And quite honestly, guys, the add-ons that I featured in this live stream are all add-ons that I recommend, including the Tobii Eye Tracker device. It can use a little bit of fine-tuning, but I think it's mostly how you tweak the device with the sensitivity, because it will change depending on the light in the room, the size of your monitor, how well you've calibrated the device. But for me, I think it works as advertised. I've done a full flight in the Cessna Chancellor from cold and dark to shut down at the destination airport with the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 device enabled for the entire flight. And I'll tell you, the immersion is just unmatched with the static camera. It's just really very different experience flying with the Tobii Eye Tracker, or Track IR for that matter. But I found Tobii Eye Tracker to be really an excellent tracking device, both for eye and head movement. So I do highly recommend it. And as far as FS Instant Approach, which I have shown in this video and in this stream and previous streams, again, it's one that I recommend if you like practicing approaches. And by the way, you can make them very, very difficult. And you can use, final leg, base leg, 45 degrees, 90 degrees. You can add crosswind, position the aircraft at a certain altitude. Just so many things you can do with it. And then you can capture the beauty of everything you've done with Flight Control Replay. Almost those add-ons complement one another, and they just really provide, at the end, for a very compelling flying experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right, so far we have 37 eligible users to enter the giveaway, and as I've indicated, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 lucky winners today who will win a copy of Flight Control Replay version 4.5, along with a hat, a posted calendar, as well as a USB key courtesy of Fabio, the developer of Flight Control Replay. All right, here we go. We're going to go. Everybody's eligible. Mods, members, subscribers, followers, friends, everyone is eligible to enter. And the winner, there's a question, does Toby work with X-Plane? No, unfortunately, it does not work with X-Plane. So here we go. We're going to roll the first one. The only thing I need from the winner is their email address. Once I've verified your profile, by the way, I need you to send your email address to info@Q8Pilot.com. That's my email address. And then I will communicate with Fabio. He will be in touch with you regarding the logistics for delivering the hat, the USB key, and the posted calendar. But the license, I will probably more than likely give it to you once we have we have the winner. All right, so info@Q8Pilot.com is my email. The winners need to contact me there. We have 40 eligible users at the moment. And 3, 2, 1, roll it. And we have Chris Malin. Chris, congratulations on winning the Abdullah Babas. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Chris Malin, congratulations on winning the Q8 Pilot giveaway here of the Flight Control Replay version 4.5. If you are there, please identify yourself. And otherwise, we're going to roll again for a winner, because I do need the 2 winners today. So please, if you are there, please identify yourself in chat. Chris, hey, congratulations, my friend. And please do send me an email at info@Q8Pilot.com. Perfect. All right. We're going to go now to the next, by the way, I've checked your YouTube profile. So what I need you to do, Chris, in order for me to verify that it is you who's sending me I need you to be logged into your YouTube account, and I need you to take a screenshot of, your YouTube account with you logged in, so that I can see that you're logged into your account. And then what I'll do is, I will be in touch and provide you with your license key for Flight Control Replay. Perfect. All right. Now, we are going to go and roll for the second time, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and roll it. Brandon M. Brandon M. is the second winner. Brandon has been a subscriber of the Q8 Pilot channel since March 24th, 2021. Wow. You've been a subscriber for quite some time now, over a year. So Brandon, congratulations. And if you can identify yourself in the channel, let me go ahead and verify your profile. All right, I have your profile. I need the same from you. I need you, please, Brandon, to take a copy of your YouTube channel page while you're logged in and send that to me as a screenshot at info@Q8Pilot.com. Do we have Brandon, ladies and gentlemen, with us here? Brandon, are you still with us? I'm not sure if we have Brandon with us. All right, I'm going to count until the count of 5, and if Brandon is not there, then we're going to have to select someone else. Brandon, if you're there, please identify yourself. Maybe he quit. It looks like he did, so we're going to go ahead and roll another one. All right, so we're going to roll again, and I do apologize for Brandon, but you need to be there with us for the giveaway. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, and roll it. And the winner is TLQ. TLQ. Congratulations, TLQ. If you are there, please identify yourself in chat. TLQ. TLQ has been a subscriber of the Q8Pilot channel since June 17th, 2021. TLQ, are you there? TLQ. There we go. Congratulations, my friend. And I verified your profile. All I need from you, sir, is to provide me with a screenshot of your YouTube channel while you're logged in, so that I can verify that it is you who's sending me the email address is coming from your profile. So all you need to do is send a screenshot to info@q8pilot.com. Congratulations to both winners. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this show as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you and putting up all together for you. I hope that it was insightful, useful, and if you decide to decide on getting Flight Control Replay, I do hope that you have fun with it. And that's it for tonight's show. Please make sure you tune in tomorrow for our flight aboard the Airbus Phoenix A320. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.